the dragon of the sea and the fairy of the mountain. A gentle bedtime story for deep sleep and calm dreams. Hello, sleepy soul. The day is done. The sky has dimmed. And now you are here, safe, warm, resting. As you settle in, let this story drift around you like a slow, comforting breeze. No need to hold on tightly. Just let each word float by like clouds across a quiet sky. This is the tale of two ancient spirits, one from the waves and one from the wind. Long ago, before cities rose, before clocks ticked, before the world was measured in hours and minutes, there lived a great dragon of the sea. He slept in coral caves, curled beneath glowing water, where moonlight painted shifting pictures on the sand. He was no monster. He was calm, wise, and good. Where he swam, storms softened. Where he breathed, ships found their way. His eyes were the color of deep ocean green, and his scales shimmered like polished shells. The whales called him brother. The seabirds circled when they saw him rise. He had watched the world change for many, many seasons. But deep inside, the dragon felt a quiet ache. He had seen many things, but he had never known love. Far away where the clouds gathered in soft blankets over tall hills, lived the fairy of the mountain. She lived in a quiet glade surrounded by evergreens and fog. Her voice was like falling leaves. Animals followed her out of curiosity. Flowers opened when she walked by. She was not made of fire or ice. She was made of morning dew and kindness. She sang lullabies to baby foxes and helped trees grow tall with a touch of her hand. And yet, just like the dragon, she too felt something missing. She had the wind, the stones, and the stars, but not someone to share it with. One spring, the clouds floated lower than usual, and the sea rose a little higher. Where they met, at the edge of land and sky, the dragon saw the fairy, and the fairy saw the dragon. They did not speak at first. They simply watched one another. The dragon bowed his long, gentle head. The fairy smiled quietly, and the wind stilled to listen. They began to meet each day, where river met sea, where trees gave way to sand. They would talk for hours about the currents and the clouds, the birds and the tides. The dragon told her how the ocean held memories of every sunset. The fairy told him how mountains remembered every season by the way snow clung to stone. And so they fell in love. Not suddenly, but slowly, like dusk turning to night. Together, they built a home near the river's mouth, where cliffs touched the sea. It was a place of balance, misty, warm, soft. A home made not from gold or stone, but from laughter and light. Their love grew, and one day the the fairy laid a magical silk pouch in a cradle of moss and shells. From this pouch came 100 children, each glowing with a gentle golden light. They were strong and kind, curious and calm. They played in the tide pools, climbed trees, talked to the birds, and rode on the backs of dolphins. They were children of both the sea and the mountain, and the world seemed to sigh with joy at their laughter. Years passed, like quiet rain. The children grew, and though love filled their days, the dragon and the fairy began to feel something deep inside them shift. The dragon found himself staring longingly at the horizon, missing the quiet lull of the open sea. The fairy found her eyes drawn upward to the clouds that wrapped around mountain peaks, missing the hush of the highlands. They never fought, they never raised their voices, but one evening, beneath a sky full of stars, they sat beside the sleeping river and held each other's hands, and they knew they belonged to different homes. They had built something beautiful, but it could not hold them both forever. So with heavy hearts and quiet grace, they made a decision for themselves and for their children. The next morning, they kissed each of their children softly, and with love that knew no bounds, they parted. The dragon returned to the sea, taking 50 children with him. He taught them how to ride the waves, how to read the winds, how to listen to the silence beneath the surface. The fairy returned to the mountains, taking the other 50. She taught them how to hear the songs of trees, how to follow the stars through forests, how to plant hope with their hands. Though far apart, the children carried both their parents within them, and sometimes, when the clouds drifted low to kiss the sea, or when a dolphin leapt high into a mountain mist, you could feel them together. The dragon and the fairy never forgot each other, because love, real love, does not vanish. It changes, it flows, it becomes a part of everything that follows. And so, even today when the sea hums softly and the mountains glow under moonlight, the world remembers them. The children of the dragon and the fairy spread across the land, each carrying a little bit of both, courage and peace, strength and softness. And if you ever feel torn between two parts of yourself, between boldness and stillness, between dreaming and doing, know that you are just like them, whole even in your halves, balanced even when you feel pulled in two directions. You too are made of waves and wind. You too are a story waiting to bloom. So rest now, let your breathing slow, feel your heartbeat steady. You are safe, you are loved, and like the dragon and the fairy, you belong exactly where you are. From all of us, good night and sweet dreams. Thank you for listening story.